There is one mistake many people make in the world, and this mistake is not something bad or something evil, so it's not the result of wrong motives or neglect, but it's a thinking error that in itself you wouldn't say is anything wrong, but it can cost you a lot in daily life, in this world. And that is that just because you use common sense and natural sense to come to clear conclusions, that the other individual will be interested in those clear conclusions. If you use common sense and natural sense and you come to clear, rational, realistic conclusions, then you tend to think the other individual has an appeal for rationality and for reality. Well, here's where you go wrong. Here's where you go wrong. Here's where many of us go wrong. When you're dealing with people who are realistic and who want solutions, then clear, rational, common sense, and natural sense conclusions will appeal to them. And such people will back down if they realize that one of their ideas or one of their expectations don't add up. But when you're dealing with an addict, someone who just wants relief, then common sense and natural sense are secondary to them. Common sense and natural sense are only important when it comes to their immediate survival. A drug addict may not run across the street when their car's coming. He will not do that because it goes against his survival instinct. But that's a secondary thing. The primary thing on the addict's mind is to get his next high, his next cocaine shot, or his next shot of alcohol, just to escape. And secondary is their own safety. Now it should be that their safety is primary and that their longings are secondary. But with addicts, it's different. And when you deal with people with a darkened mind, you go to a whole nother level. Addicts, their safety is secondary. With people that have a darkened mind, they don't even consider their own safety, nor the safety of others. They just want what they want. And if they don't get what they want, they escalate. Others have to pay. Others have to suffer harm because they don't get what they want. And they always have a reason why they escalate. And if they escalate, it's not their fault. And they also have the reason when they escalate, so others have to find a way to deal with it. So if a reprobate would beat up his wife and he would go to court, he would say, my wife knows that I have a short temper. I'm not interested in looking for solutions, so she knows it just has to prevent me from getting pissed off. She didn't prevent me from getting pissed off, so it's her fault for ending up in the hospital. That's the dumb reasoning of the reprobate. It's all about them being relieved all the time. So when you're dealing with addicts, or you're dealing with people with a darkened mind, rational, common, and natural sense conclusions don't appeal to them. They appeal to you because you're realistic. It may appeal to other people who are realistic, but the realistic people are the people you're safe with. Someone that's an addict is risky because eventually their addictions are above everything. So pressure can be placed on them to turn on you or to operate against your well-being because their own safety is secondary. Someone with a darkened mind doesn't even think about safety at all. It's all about their greed being satisfied. And greed can never be satisfied because that's why it's greed. Only real needs and real longings can be satisfied. Greed cannot. So someone with a darkened mind will always escalate. It's just a matter of time. So don't think that just because you are realistic, you are real, and you're looking for solutions that the other one will do. They say they are, but they're not. Check what you're dealing with. Be at peace.